Hello, this is Ella from joyfulnewlife.com, and today's topic is cheating, part 1 of 3 parts. It is well, it's a scary and uncomfortable topic for those who have cheated on their partner in the past or are doing something in secret and hiding it from their partner. It might be a hurtful reminder and undigging open wounds for those whose partner cheated on them. It might be a shame and low self-esteem for those who agree to be mistresses or booty calls, both guys and ladies. It is a moral deed and basis for judgment for other people. And even if you were never involved or consider getting yourself involved in love triangle, or rather sex triangle, stay tuned because you might help some of your friends to understand it, and because you may learn some valuable lessons for yourself. You may learn what involves cheating, and maybe you are guilty after all. So really quick, it's important for you to understand that even though men have the reputation for being more unfaithful, actually men and women cheat roughly at the same ratio. Women a little less, but women cheat. However, women are better at cheating than men are because they take more precautions and get caught a lot less often. According to infidelity statistics, about 40% of unmarried relationships and 25% of marriages see at least one incident of infidelity. An issue of magazine Marriage and Divorce Journal also states that 70% engage in some kind of affair sometimes during their marital life. That is 7 out of 10 people. Why? It was supposed to be just one video, but as I started to organize the material, I knew it would have been too long. So in this episode, I will talk about the definition of cheating in today's world, psychological and spiritual reasons for infidelity too. In the next part, a week from now, I will talk about who gets hurt the most and what does cheating do to people. And in part 3, that's in 2 weeks, I will talk about how to repair a relationship after someone cheats, or how to move on and trust other people going forward. So first off, let's define cheating. You know, before digital age, it was so much easier to define cheating. A married person, usually, had a physical, in-flesh, sexual activity outside the marriage. Well, what about today? Does viewing porn counts as infidelity? What about sexting? What if the person you are sexting with doesn't live anywhere near you, or there's no chance you will ever meet up in person? Well, how about video chats? While you are video chatting, does it matter if the other person or you have their clothes off? For example, a man in Paris, Texas can mutually masturbate via webcam with a woman in Paris, France, right? And should his wife or girlfriend discover this, he can just simply say, and in all sincerity, honey, it doesn't mean anything. She's thousands of miles away. I've never met her, and I'm not going to meet her. I don't even know her last name. How can I be cheating with someone I have never met in person? How about if you are complaining to the other person about your current relationship? Is this cheating or not? I have read the definition of what it means to cheat. Infidelity or cheating is breaking of trust that occurs when you keep profound meaningful secrets from a committed primary partner. So, in this case, if you don't keep it a secret, is it fine to be sexual outside of your primary committed relationship? For example, to chat up old girlfriends on the Facebook, or hire prostitutes, or see strippers, hook up for sex via dating sites and friend finder apps, or look at porn for hours at a time, as long as the significant other knows about it and it's okay with that behavior? In other words, guy can have as much sex outside of his relationship as he wants, however and whenever and wherever he wishes, as long as he is doing it with integrity. No lying, no double life, no keeping secrets from his primary partner. You tell me, is this fine? I can tell you, I was not fine, knowing that my ex-partner did some of those things. Just because he admitted to it did not make it all right, and it destroyed my trust. Men and women cheat for different reasons. Now, when the guy cheats, it's usually because he's just horny. He simply wants to procreate, to have sex. This is #1 reason for men. Just blunt, crazy lust, or the option to have a new woman after being in monogamous thing for a while. But not always. Given the right opportunity, majority of guys would cheat. Heck, majority of all people, not just guys, given the right opportunity. But other than lust, there are deep psychological reasons why guys would be infidel. He probably did not intend to be monogamous, despite his commitment to marry a person he professes his love to. He just, right away, he knew he's not gonna stay committed to one person. He is going to be cheating. So that's part of being a liar, because some guys are like that. He could be insecure. Deep down inside, he feels too old, too fat, too thin, too small, too poor, too stupid, too whatever. So he flirts, he watches porn, and he has sex outside the marriage to reassure himself that he's still desirable, still worthy, and still good enough. Another reason could be that he could be immature, thinking that as long as his partner doesn't know, no harm was done. He doesn't realize that his partner feels that something is not right. The person almost always knows when something is up. She or he may not put the finger to it, but there is this feeling deep inside, and each one of us knows it. Another reason is he could be damaged. He could be acting out early trauma experiences such as physical abuse, neglect, or sexual abuse from his young days. And those past wounds have left him unwilling or unable to commit himself to another person. And oftentimes, such people seek sexual intensity outside of their primary relationship as a way to self-medicate or escape from his emotional and psychological pain. Another reason could be he could have unreasonable expectation that his wife should meet his sexual and emotional and any other needs 24/7, despite that she's juggling multiple priorities like home, kids, work, finances, and everything else. But this particular reason happens in narcissistic relationships. So if you are in a relationship with a narcissist, that's probably the reason why that person cheats on you. Another reason is he might be bored. He might be overworked, or he might be put down both at home or at work or with colleagues. and he feels he deserves something special just for him. So he hires prostitutes, he views porn, and he's having affairs. He could also do that because he wants more attention from his mate, and he thinks that this will cause her to pay attention to him, to comply. Another reason might be that he might be confused about love. Many people are confusing limerence, this rush of early romance, with true love. So some people don't understand that in truly loving relationship, the early attraction is gradually replaced by sweeter feeling of longer-term attachment, commitment, honesty, and emotional intimacy. And another reason might be that he's addicted to sex, and sex becomes a way to self-soothe, to escape uncomfortable emotions and dissociate from the pain of underlying psychological problems. Another reason might be that he wants out of a relationship and he isn't direct. So he uses external sexual and romantic activities to get caught. Some guys do that on purpose, to be caught so they can be out of their relationship. It is even more so if he does not like being alone. So he finds a new person before leaving a current relationship because he wants to jump straight from one relationship into another. Finally, another reason why men cheat is he lacks male bonding. Men have a healthy need to maintain solid, supportive friendship and community with other men. It's very important for boys who are raised only by a single mother, because then they expect that all of his emotional and physical needs must be met by this one person. And when they grow up, and when such a person's wife is busy or distracted by juggling kids and home and work and finances and all the other stuff, he reacts badly and he goes on cheating. But women are even more complicated. Duh! Why women cheat? Well, definitely not because they are horny. Not like guys. That happens, of course, but it's actually pretty rare. When a woman cheats on a guy, it's because, first and most important, she does not feel wanted or appreciated. She feels underappreciated, neglected, or ignored by her boyfriend or husband. She feels like she is for her partner to perform services, like being a housekeeper, a nanny for their kids, or even financial provider, not a wife or girlfriend. So she cheats to validate who she is, not what she does. Another reason why women would cheat on a guy is she craves intimacy and connection that she's not getting from her guy. Things like kissing, cuddling, actual conversations, having fun together, being thoughtful of one another, building a home and social life together, things other than sex that connect two people. If she doesn't get it from her partner, she is more likely to seek it somewhere else. Another reason that the woman would cheat on a guy is she's bored, lonely, or depressed in her current situation. Maybe her spouse works long hours, or travel constantly, or is emotionally unavailable. So she seeks that connection to fill the void. She may be overwhelmed also by the needs of others. This was discovered in recent studies. Some women love their husbands, love their home, their work, their lives, but they cheat anyways because they feel undersupported and overwhelmed by having to be all the things to all the people at all time. So they seek sex outside the marriage as a form of life fulfillment. Another reason is that she may be responding to or reenacting early life trauma and abuse, just like in the case with the guys. Sometimes women who have experienced a profound trauma, such as sexual trauma, of course, both when they were girls or adults, it doesn't matter. They will reenact that trauma as a way to master and control it. Some women got all of their self-worth and self-esteem wrapped up in being sexually attractive to men. When she feels that men are sexually attracted to her, she feels that she's worthy. But when they don't pay attention, sexually attention to her, she feels unworthy. She feels like she's nobody. There are also other women who might expect too much from their primary relationships. So they have unreasonable expectation, and if their needs are not met 24/7, 365 days a year, such woman seeks attention elsewhere. And of course, the last one is that there are some women who enjoy sex as much as men. And if they are not getting it at home, or it's not enjoyable to them, because they cannot communicate with partner about what they would like to have, they seek it outside the marriage. So now, how does spirituality fit in all of it? Well, it's about karma. I will have an entire video about karma, actually quite a few of videos, because the topic is very broad, very deep. But in here, I will say karma in Hinduism and Buddhism is the sum of a person's action in this and previous states of existence, viewed as deciding their fate in future existence. In other words, it's like a destiny or fate, following as effect from cause. So, okay, how does it tie to cheating then? Every human being is on a path to ascending to a higher consciousness level, to a higher dimension, to reconnecting with our higher self, our divinity. But in order to get there, we must transcend our karma. We must free ourselves from have to go through the lessons that our souls needs us to go through. If you don't transcend your lesson, it will be repeated in this life and your future incarnations until you will finally free yourself from this karmic wheel. In other words, you need to understand and embrace the feelings of every person involved in any situation that your soul chooses to go through. And know that you are one with everybody. So in our today's case, you are the cheater, you are the cheated, and you are the person you cheat with. So you need to love and understand everyone. That's how you go through the karma. Tune in for part 2 next week, because I will be discussing who gets hurt most through cheating, and you'll be surprised. So this is all for today. This is Ella Badura from joyfulnewlife.com. If you are looking for the link to my websites, they're in the description of this video. Like this video, share it with others. Give a comment if you have any comment. And I will see you next week. All right, bye.